Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is CFI Munden. If you guys are new here, if you can leave a like and subscribe, it would help a lot. If you're interested in private lessons in the Boise, Idaho area, email me at cfimunden@gmail.com. All right, so this video is gonna be extremely short. Okay, I want to remind everyone here because there's a lot of new students. There's a bunch of aspiring pilots here, and I just want to remind you guys of something. The POH trumps all. Whatever you hear on the internet, even from me, especially from me and others, you need to consult two things. First, your POH, because the POH is king. Secondly, your flight instructor. So when you hear something on the internet from any of these aviation videos, like I said, including mine, you need to go check with your flight instructor about it if you're willing to try something new or wanting to try something new or if you have questions. Or you need to go to the POH because the POH often has those answers. Because guess what? A bunch of really, really smart people put something together called a pilot's operating handbook, and they created this for us. They tested the parameters of the aircraft, its limitations, its performance, and they gave us this big book. And they said, here you go, guys. So, whatever you hear from the internet, always consult it and back it up with the POH. I cannot emphasize this. It's enough. It is absolutely critical in understanding the POH. And I am shocked constantly at how many people don't fully understand, one, how to navigate the POH, because it has a table of contents right here. And secondly, why the POH is important. This tells you everything: general limitations, operating procedures, normal procedures, performance, weight and balance list. A lot of you guys are opening up the POH and just using weight and balance stuff and performance stuff because you know you're planning for a cross country. I really, really recommend taking the time to go through each and every single page of the POH that you have. It's not a whole lot. It's like what, 80 pages? I mean, some POHs are huge, but this one's like 80, right? For the Cessna 172 November model. It's not a lot. And you learn so much cool stuff. I remember when I was a private pilot student studying for my check ride, I downloaded a digital version of my POH, and I normally use it just for weight and balance and performance. Kind of like kind of like what I just said. I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. As a private pilot, I would just use this for a couple of things. And then one day I started sitting down and reading this, and I was like, holy crap, there's so much like, I know, I know that a lot of you guys are listening to this and being like, well, duh. But I'm telling you, I don't think schools emphasize the POH enough. And you go through here, you read about tire pressure, pre-flight inspections, how to actually do a pre-flight, where to start on your walk around, start at the cabin, go down to the back, go to the right wing, the front, like you can, it tells you how to do it. And it says right here that in cold weather, remove even small accumulations of frost, ice, or snow from the wings. Now, you may have picked up on this information at some point from your instructor or something like that, but this is all coming from somewhere, and that's a POH. And then understanding, and then right here, crosswind corrections. You've probably seen this diagram in the PHAC. And performance data, absolutely critical in understanding. These are going to come up on your written tests a lot, these performance data ones. Weight and balance, understanding the weight and balance and how aft and forward CG affects your flight. Shoulder harnesses, proper ignition oil, engine oil, what type of oil to use. Like this right here, when somebody understands and knows the POH and they could refer to the POH by page, they say, oh, in section 7-35, you can reference the stall warning horn. It talks about the pneumatics type stall warning system. And like, I have met people like that where they're so in tune with the POH that they go from just being a regular old pilot to a goddamn wizard. You know what I mean? And fully understanding the POH. And I remember I made a mistake when I was a new student where I didn't understand that when you do this, I know it's kind of hard to see. Can I rotate this? Yeah, I can. I remember when I was a brand new student, because nobody told me. Like, this wasn't like super emphasized. Why isn't this rotating? Is that when you calculate your takeoff distances, you're using your pressure altitude, right? But I've seen the mistake happen many times, and I've done this as a new student, where you take your density altitude and you plug it into here, and then you go over this. That's incorrect. This is pressure altitude right here, and then the 0, 10, 20, 30, this is density altitude. Because remember, density altitude is pressure altitude corrected for non-standard temperature. This is the non-standard temperature right here. Pressure altitude is just your height above the standard datum plane. You can get that from the formula 29.902 minus your current altimeter setting times 1000. All right, that's really easy to get. But like knowing the nuance and the little details about the POH is really, really important. I can't emphasize it enough. Even right here, right? You look at this and you see takeoff distance. Okay, but have you ever read these notes? Have you ever read these notes? Prior to takeoff from fields 3,000 feet elevation, the mixture should be lean to give maximum RPM in full throttle, which is also part of your checklist. But listen to this right here. Decreased distance 10 knots for each 9 knots, or sorry, decreased distances 10% for each 9 knots headwind. For operations with tailwinds up to 10 knots, increase distances by 10% for each 2 knots. For each, now I know some of you guys are listening to this. Oh, that's common knowledge. I already know this. I promise you, there's 100 people that just heard that in this video for the first time, and they're Private Pilots Plus. Guarantee you, because this is not emphasized enough. I create grounds for my students, 2 hours long, that is just going over the POH, and you can make it fun. You can make it really interesting. You don't have to just raw dog this entire POH and read it like it's, just common literature. You can tie it to scenarios. You can ask questions about it. What ifs? Okay, what if the temperature is this? What if the pressure altitude is this? I really would like to, if there's anything you could take away from this video, and especially if you're a new student, it's one, the POH trumps all. Secondly, get to know your POH. Make it your friend. Put it under your pillow and wake up in the middle of the night. Okay, got it. Pressure, altitude, section. Blah, blah, blah. Make it your friend, okay? Talks about carburetor ice in here, RPMs, everything you could possibly imagine is in the POH. All right, guys. I hope that helped. Once again, if you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.